One word to describe Rabbi Giter. Honest, very honest.
Devotion. Devotion to Rabbi, devotion to family, devotion to friends, devotion to community, devotion to people he knew.
Everything about Rabbi Giter was interesting. The subjects he brought for the conversations, the depth.
Very knowledgeable rabbi, very thoughtful, very energetic, erudite, and with amazing sense of humor.
Rabbi Giter was bigger than life. You can't describe him with one word.
Rabbi Giter was the first rabbi we ever met, so we didn't know what to expect. We met extremely energetic, very funny man who had a lot of jokes, who made us feel very comfortable right away.
When we lost our only child, Rabbi Giter was very supportive to us. He helped us a lot. He told with us about death and life, and we start learn Torah, we start light Shabbat candles.
My first impression of Rabbi Giter, for sure, his fire and his passion.
That's the first time that I came to the Friday nights with your father and your family. That's the first moment, the first weeks that we really did Friday nights in Minnesota.
Every day we meet people who've been touched by Rabbi Giter, by his wisdom, by his determination.
He loved people. He loved Jews. He worried about every single one of them. People ran to him for help, and he did the best and then more than he could do to help. Was it a child who wavered? Was a child who needed to go to school, to Jewish school? He ran to help with all his heart. He was the kindest, softest man.
If not for Rabbi Giter being the catalyst to my parents becoming Bali Tshuvas and, inspiring them in their Judaism, I would be nowhere near where I'm at in my life. And I owe a tremendous, tremendous amount of gratitude to Rabbi Giter for everything that he's done to me. And I know that, I'll have a beautiful Jewish family because of Rabbi Giter.
He koshered my apartment. Then when I went to work, he saw me leaving for a lunch break and he said, "Where are you going?" I said, "I'm going to the cafeteria." And he said, "I thought you keep kosher." I said, "Yeah, I keep kosher in my apartment." And he said, "You should keep kosher in your stomach."
I don't know where to go. And he showed me the way.
Yeah, right way
to go. I think it's safe to say that as a single individual, he had the greatest impact on the Jewish community of the Twin Cities. Once you met him, you couldn't be comfortable with what you were doing anymore. Because just the way he behaved, just the way he functioned, challenged you. There was no comfort zone. What had to be done, that's what got done.
I felt that I can speak to him like I speak to my father and my friend.
When I needed a mentor, he was a mentor. When I needed a rabbi, he was a rabbi. When I needed to learn something, he would help me to learn something. When I needed a friend, he was there to be a friend.
He would always talk to me about the school, how things were going, because if I had a problem, he was my 911.
A lot of my friends are really involved with Judaism now, and they see a lot of meaning in it. I think it all stemmed from Friday nights in Maple Grove. When I would invite my friends and we would have incredible meals with Rabbi Giter. We'd have, again, very, very insightful conversations, and it's just a very, very warm place. For a lot of my friends, that was their first big exposure to Judaism.
Somehow, he managed to avoid the army in Russia. But he turned out to be a great soldier, because that's what he was. He was a soldier. Nothing was too hard, nothing took too long, nothing was too difficult. Give me a mission and it will get done.
his love and devotion to Rabbi was absolute. I definitely learned everything I could learn about Rabbi from him.
But he was always honest. He never sugarcoated anything. He just said, this is how it is.
He was an ish emes. He saw everything for what it is. He saw the truth and wouldn't deviate from it. Wasn't distracted by other things. He stuck to the principle. He stuck to the main important ingredient in everything. And that's probably why he was such a good inventor and developer. He saw the issue clearly. And when you see the main point clearly, everything else falls into place.
On one hand, he was this funny man. On the other hand, he was so serious. As hard as he could be on you, he was always soft inside, always loving, always caring, always with a smile, even if it was only in his eyes, but it was always there.
He was just trying to help people out, understand their heritage, understand what being Jewish is. And I think that he successfully accomplished that with a lot of people. Looking back, done so many great things, programs, weddings, brisim, Yom Tovim.
And we bring the light of goodness, of godliness, of kindness, of love, then the darkness of evil, cruelty, all that stuff disappears because it doesn't have its own existence.
He was always extremely optimistic about everything in life, and he always thought it's gonna be good. 3 days before he passed away, we spoke for about a few minutes, and then he apologized that he doesn't feel good and he has to go to sleep. And then before he closed his eyes, he told me, "Всё будет хорошо, everything is gonna be good." And that's how I remember him, always optimistic, always believing it's gonna be good.
There are some people whose impact and image don't fade so quickly. It remains sharp, remains focused, because that's how they were. They lived their life in sharp focus. People was to bring out the truth within them. That's not easily forgotten. So his effect will continue for a long time on just about everybody he met.